Fani Gopal will present you about the book Spiritual Psychology given by Master in English.
Vasudev. Ikiralakulambothi vidhumanandaruupinam anantaryatanojaatam krishnam vande jagadgurum आराधनमो यतीन्द्रश्री पदाब्जे सत्त्वसिद्धये यद्रजोले से विक्षिप्तं समस्तं च रजस्तमः सीतारामयतीन्द्रश्री भाववाङ्मयबोधकं सहस्रमुखसन्दीप्तं श्रीलक्ष्मणयतिं भजे. Vasudeva. So now I am going to present book of Master Spiritual Psychology. This book is brought to light upon request by Albert Sessi, who invited Master for the first time to West. So spiritual psychology, the name Madame Blavatsky in her Isis Unveiled says, physiology and psychology are the two least understood sciences in modern world. So this is a book of synthesis of macrocosm and microcosm. If you go through the book, you will find every science in this book. This is like a flower with different sciences as its petals. This book should be meditated, not to be understood with intellect. If you know English and go on reading the pages of the book, that is not the content of this book. Every sentence, every word should be meditated for years and years to get to the significance of it. In this book, Master has given us synthesis of different sciences like Patanjali Yoga Sutras, astrology, astronomy, atomic physics, electromagnetic theory, whatnot. You will find every science in this book. I am reading from the first lines of Master in the book. Man is a well-planned volume of finer forces at work. See the sentence. Man is a well-planned volume of finer forces at work. So man is not an entity. First we have to understand that what we call ourselves generally we recognize with our frame of body. We should know the occult anatomy, spiritual anatomy of man. It is divided into 5 koshas. Annamaya kosha, the physical plane; Pranamaya kosha, the vital plane; then mental plane; then buddhic plane; and then plane of experience called Anandamaya kosha. So Anandamaya kosha is the essence out of which all these other planes are brought into existence. This can be understood like the same, if you want to take an example. Master has given an example like if there is water, there are other forms like ice and water vapor. So all these are different, they have the same essence but different forms. So in essence, everything is plane of experience, and from this all the planes have come into existence. So man is not a physical body. Master says in our scriptures that human birth is a great opportunity. Why human birth is a great opportunity? What do we do generally? That we just our whole life we try to learn some sciences, then we do a job, and then we have a family. So our life goes on like this. But what is the goal of our life? Master has given practical instructions how to follow in this book. The goal of life is self-realization, to have the plane of experience as ourselves, and but not this physical frame. So Master has given also the sciences of Ayurveda and the linking of spiritual sciences with Ayurveda and homeopathy also in this. And coming to astronomy, he says atom is rather system than an item. Atom is a seed solar system. If you look at the solar system, we have sun at the center and we have planets around moving in it. And when you see an atom, we have a nucleus in the center and we have electrons moving around. So atom is a microcosmic solar system. It's a micro solar system. It is not only in its structure but also in its principle. Master explains about the principle of life in this. So when you see that our earth has two kinds of motions. One is it rotates around itself, the other one it rotates around the sun. So when earth is rotating around itself, we find that for our observation, we feel that sun is moving around our sun. Due to this influence, we have electromagnetic charge developed on the earth. So this principle is called life. This is never explained in any science textbook. But in science textbooks you find electron magnetism. When the electron rotates around itself and also rotates around the nucleus, it has that electromagnetic energy. So you find once you read both the sciences, you find the synthesis of this both. Master has given also the evolution of the evolution coming from in the four stages: mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and human kingdom. So what are the difference in all these kingdoms? We say that the same essence has come down into all these forms. So in the atomic stage, in the stage of minerals, the consciousness is in the sleep stage. The difference in all these mineral, plant, animal and human kingdoms is the degree of awakening of consciousness. In essence, they are same, but the degree of awakening of consciousness is different in all these levels. The level of awakening of consciousness. In the atomic state, the consciousness is in the sleep state. In the plant state, it is in like dream-like state. In animals, they have the experience of everything around them, but they do not experience themselves. But in the course of evolution, human beings have this human being is given by nature this special quality of realizing that he exists. Self-consciousness. This is what gives man the great opportunity. And Master explains about the coming of all the universe into existence. He gives a wonderful sentence. Sun is the seed of solar system, sown in fertile soil of the blue sky periodically. Sun is the seed of solar system, sown in the fertile soil of the blue sky periodically. The sun, the planets, all these are eternal principles existing always, but they come into manifestation periodically. Even when there is complete dissolution, all these stay as principles in the cosmic mind of Creator. Master explains the principles that everything existing is a manifestation of principles ever existing, like sun, as just now Brother Venu explained, the sole principle in a human being. So moon indicates the principle of mind, and our physical body is the principle of earth. So now this creation emerges and merges periodically. So why has all this has to happen? Why they have to come in as atoms, then move into plant kingdom, then animal kingdom, and then human kingdom? And in the human kingdom, first they exist, even though physically they are as human beings. They exist with all the animal instincts, with the individuality stage, and then they move to personality stage, and then breaking these two shells, they achieve this self-consciousness. So why all this has to happen? Master gives a beautiful answer. You cannot question why, you can only know how. You have the opportunity to know how, but you cannot question why. Why can't you question? Master has given a beautiful example. Suppose I like sweet. Somebody questions me, why do you like sweet? What can you say? Because I like it. Suppose you ask a child, why are you playing? What will the child answer? I like to play, that is my nature. So there is no question of why. There is a level where you can't question why. Even you can't question about your likes and dislikes, then you can understand you cannot question about why of creation, why this has to happen. So you understand how it happens, and you link up. So man is a microcosm of all these principles existing in himself, all the principles of the creation. So when you achieve the synthesis of microcosm and macrocosm, you experience the omnipresent Lord in everyone. So that is the goal of human life. So consciousness is the index of man's existence. Like I said now, he exists in different stages, like individuality level, where he cares only about himself. And then slowly he develops into personality level, where he cares about others, like a business relation, like what I get if I care about others. And then he crosses that stage and achieves the stage of self-realization. So Master has given also we are all linked up with each other. See, this is all one creation where everything has effect upon everything. The effect of planets on human life, on a human being. So each planet or each thing existing in the cosmos exists everything else. So why it is important to study spiritual psychology? The attempt is to train our mind. Why it is important to train our mind? Mind is a very special thing. It is a gateway between matter and intelligence. Mind has two faces. It has one face towards the lower physical and vital planes, and the other face towards Buddhic and plane of experience. Even in these planes, there are many subdivisions, and there are like lower manas and higher manas, like mind attached to desires and mind attached towards buddhi, and in the Buddhic plane it also a lower one attached towards manas. So how all this, the journey has to take place. The science is okay, you know what is vital plane, you experience what is Buddhic plane, all these things, but how to achieve? You have a physical body, what you have to do? So if you want to achieve anything, you have to do this human birth. That's why it is called a great opportunity, because any sadhana that you have to do, that can be done only when you have this physical body. Without physical body, you cannot do anything. This is the great instrument given to us. Only when you know the science of how to use the instrument, you can use this instrument. So Master has given two parts in this book. One is the science and second one is the application part. So suppose you have a smartphone with you, but you know only to dial a number. That is only used as a basic phone. You cannot use the device to its full extent. You can use to the full extent only if you know the proper science, how to handle the instrument, what you can do with the instrument. Then only you can use the instrument in proper and full sense. So how to use it? Master has given a section called occult keyboard. So man has along his spinal column power stations called chakras. There are 6 chakras along the spine and Sahasrara in our head center. So these are linked up with the 5 states of matter, 5 senses that we use to perceive the objects in the world, the sense of sight, the sense of smell, the sense of touch, the sense of hearing. So these 5, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and sense of sight. So all these 5 are linked up with 5 elements: Prithvi, Apa, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, earth, water, fire, air, and space. So these power stations are linked up with these 5 senses. Senses are different from what you see as eyes, ears, and these things. Sense is the power to see. If you call a sense of sight, it is power to see. It is not the physical eye. You have to understand it like that. So this, suppose if you take an example of sound. Sound, 3 minutes. Sound is the cause of life. So sound is related to the principle of the element of air. So meditation of sound, while they are being vocally uttered, produces vibrations on all planes. When you utter and consciously hear it and meditate the meaning, that is called mantra. So when you repeat this mantra consciously, it is not repeating it like a recorder or a CD player, but you have to hear it, listen it consciously and meditate it. Then this power of mantra works through you and elevates your consciousness to a higher level. And similarly, there is also the consciousness of shape. These are called yantras. You have suppose Narayana Yantra or Sri Yantra. These particular shapes are given by seers, so that when you meditate upon these shapes, they have a particular effect on your consciousness and they elevate you. And similarly, numbers. Numbers are properties existing in space. So suppose we have a fixed number of teeth, fixed number of limbs. So the cosmic mind gives this number consciousness working as Kapila, and it germinates this particular number of organs in our body. All these things are merged together and as given as a form of idols in our scriptures. If you see the 1,000 names of goddess Lalita, in the 1,000 names of Lalita, it is given a particular number of heads to the deity. The deity has a particular color, and the deity has to be given a particular type of food and a particular mantra sound like Srim, Hrim, these kind of mantra. All these things are given together and to be meditated. So this is synthesized in our scriptures. All this the sound, color, shape, number, all this given as a synthesis and given to meditate to elevate the consciousness of an individual. So the body is a temple, and all these intelligences working as different parts of our body. So the omnipresent Lord is existing as Jiva in us. So we have the realization, the omnipresent God in everybody, that has to be achieved. That is the goal of this subject. Vasudeva.
Vasudeva. So this book, Spiritual Psychology, is most important because most of the people around the world keep studying psychology, but the modern psychology is not so relevant because it only analyzes you the problems and never explains about the solutions, and moreover it cannot explain you about the inner self, the spirit. And so without the study of the inner self, the psychology is of no use, the science of psychology. So Master has given the spiritual psychology which is important for every aspirant, for every spiritualist, to have a synthesis of our own existence. So this book is given in such a synthesis that it gives all the keys for us, for the human being, how to make a connection with the cosmic forces and how our body is connected to the cosmic forces. So everyone, every spiritualist and everyone who wants to have a real study of psychology is expected to study this book, Spiritual Psychology. It is most important for us because it gives the synthesis of all sciences as explained by our friend Gopal. So all the modern sciences, the cosmic sciences and all these sciences are synthesized by Master in this wonderful book. So that's why it has become, and I feel that this will be one of the textbooks for the sciences. By the end of this century, I feel that. ఇప్పుడు సోదరుడు చక్రపాణి మాస్టర్ గారు ప్రసాదించినటువంటి గోదా వైభవం కావ్యం గురించి ప్రసంగిస్తాడు.
ఉన్మీలిత మహాగోదా వైభవోన్మత జీవనం తులసీవన ఘనాసారం కృష్ణం వందే జగద్గురుం. మాస్టర్ గారు మనకి ప్రసాదించిన కావ్యాలలో గోదావైభవ మహాకావ్యాన్ని మరొక్కసారి మీకు గుర్తు చేసేందుకు యథాశక్తి ప్రయత్నిస్తాను. గోదావైభవం మాస్టర్ గారికి వచ్చిన ఒక కళతో మొదలయ్యింది. ఆ కళలో గోదాదేవి తాను అల్లిన కలువ పూదండని కృష్ణుడి మెడలో సవరిస్తూ ఉన్నటువంటి దృశ్యంతో మాస్టర్ గారికి ఒక ప్రేరణ కలిగిందిట. ఆసువుగా అనుస్యూతంగా 45 రోజులలోనే కావ్యమంతా కూడాను పూర్తయింది. I try to reintroduce Goda Vaibhavam, the magnum opus of Master E.K., in which he portrays the union of human consciousness with the cosmic consciousness. కావ్యం అంతా కూడాను పెద్దగా వివరణలు వ్యాఖ్యానాలు అవసరం లేకుండా సూటిగా మనకి ఆనందాన్ని అందించేటటువంటి రీతిలో మాస్టర్ గారు అనుగ్రహించారు. అందులో వేదగర్భితమైనటువంటి ధ్వనులు, ఆయా మంత్రాలు, బీజాక్షరాలు అతి సులభమైనటువంటి రీతిలో మనం కృష్ణ సాన్నిధ్యాన్ని అనుభవించగలిగినటువంటి విధానము మాస్టర్ గారు మనకు అనుగ్రహించారు. గోదాదేవికి ఒకానొక రోజున ఒక మధుర భావన కలిగింది. అప్పటిదాకా చూస్తూ ఉన్నటువంటి కృష్ణ విగ్రహం ఒకటైతే, ఈ పూట నుంచి, ఈ క్షణము నుండి కనిపిస్తూ ఉన్నటువంటి కృష్ణ విగ్రహం ఇంకొక తీరులో గోచరించింది ఆవిడికి. కథ అంతా విల్లిపుత్తూరు వటపత్రసాయి కోవెలలో ప్రారంభం. నా చిన్ననాటి నుండి కనినట్టిదే కోవెల కృష్ణ విగ్రహంబు, ఆ చిరునవ్వు దాగినదెందో నాయదన్ పూచెనునే